What's going on, y'all? This is Broad Street 4 for 4. We back for another episode. What's going on, everybody? We want to thank everybody for listening and tuning in to Philadelphia's #1 sports podcast for Philadelphia sports. Broad Street 4 for 4. Where we're pro Philly, Philadelphia, the Eagles, the Flyers, the Phillies, and the 76ers. It's another show. Introduce everybody before we get started like we do every show. My man Mike, what's going on, Mike?
Hey man, living the dream,
Living the dream, right? You just informed us, Mike. I didn't know you expecting over there, right?
Yeah, got one in the oven.
One in the oven.
Got a loaf in the oven.
Right. Congratulations, man.
You got a shooting guard out there, man. Yeah, hopefully, but it got me gaining that weight. They asking me, did I play safety? You know anything about basketball. I'm getting all fat, big ass neck. Niggas ain't talking about you. Did you used to play football? Strong safety or something out there, Joe.
Mike, you don't know if you're having a girl or boy yet, though, right?
No, I don't know yet.
Right. Yeah. Do you like the?
It's gonna be a shooting guard. Yeah, it don't matter. Yeah.
Do you want to know the sex, Mike?
I mean, I really don't care, but she don't want to know. So
She don't want to know. Okay. Well, you won't know.
That's for the millennial gender reveals and all that BS. I'm not even, So I'm glad she ain't really with all that. I'll be happy, just a blessing to have a baby, man.
No doubt. All you can ask for is good health. That's good stuff. Congratulations on that.
You can't have one of them fucking them gender reveal joints, man. That's the cornball joints, man. That gender reveal, they spending money for nothing, making stuff up. That's not even a real. Who started doing that? I don't know, man. They catch these waves on the internet, and then everybody jumps on it. Gender reveals and stuff, and then everybody want to do it. Yeah, I don't get that. This is our first kid, though? Yeah, first kid, yeah. All right. Yeah.
No doubt. JD, what's going on, Ron?
What's up? 10-9-8 76ers.
76ers,
That's
man.
all I'm talking about. Here they come. Yeah.
We doing our thing.
They on the roll, man, and B was killing them.
I think we number 3 in the East, if I'm not mistaken, right? 2 or 3 in the East. 15-8. Okay.
15-8.
Yes,
was that
sir.
last night or the night before? They played last night. Yeah, he was killing them last night. He was just unstoppable. But we'll get into all that. Yeah, they beat the Knickerbockers.
Yeah, I only think Milwaukee and Toronto's ahead of us in the East, if I'm not mistaken. But Woody Wood, what's going on, Wood? How you feeling, man?
Yo, I'm doing well, man. I need you to hurry up next time with that introduction because the people need to hear me.
Okay, I apologize, man. I apologize. How's that bronchitis situation coming along?
I'm glad you asked. Yeah, I'm on the mend, man. I'm on the mend.
Okay.
I highly recommend everybody start experiencing stuff like that, chest congestion, and if you have the means, get to the doctor quick so you get you that Z-Pack, get that up in you. You're gonna be feeling good within 24 hours. So I'm feeling good. Still got the little wheezing, but I got the little inhaler for that. I should be good in a week. You know what I'm saying? But
Solid.
I'm 85-90%. I'm good.
No doubt. Okay, solid, man. That's Broad Street 4 for 4. We all in the house. We all in full effect, man. And we gonna talk some recap. We gonna talk about the Eagles, man. We got to win this week, man, against the G-Man. We gonna talk some Eagles.
I'm excited to talk about this Broad Street 4 for 4 pick 6. Somebody went 6-0 for the first time. We'll discuss that when we get there.
We'll talk about that. And Eagles got a game coming up. Who we play next?
Washington Redskins in Philadelphia, Monday Night Football.
The Skins, Monday Night Football. So we'll talk some Skins. We'll get into that. We'll recap, talk about the upcoming game. We'll talk some 76ers, obviously. So we'll get into all those things and do what we do over here at Broad Street 4 for 4. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Podbean, Broad Street 4 for 4. Podbean showdown.com. Follow us, iTunes, Twitter. Everybody join in. Y'all already know the routine, man. So let's jump into it, man. How y'all feel? We got a win this week against the G-Men, man. JD, man, let me hear what you got, man. Give me your analysis and your take from the game with some of the things you liked and some of the things you didn't like.
I thought they started off slow. That first half was a rough watch. I thought we was going down again, but luckily they got it turned around second half. This guy finally listened to the linemen and everybody else that's been screaming, get one guy the ball. Let him take control, let him get in the groove. And I know me and Mike was talking about Adams in the preseason. We thought he'd make the squad, he did. Now he's our starting running back. Should get the bulk of the carries to finish this thing off. Hopefully guide us into the playoffs. So I felt good. I felt our offensive line took control, which we should have. Giants have a weak team, one of the worst teams in the league. I think they're like bottom 5, right? Or they're the 4th worst team in the league, something like that. Yeah, I think only the Raiders, San Fran, and somebody else has a worse record.
Right.
I was surprised that the Giants are just such a bad team that they didn't even go after our corners. So I really don't even know how to judge that game, man.
Right.
It was ridiculous. Because anybody else would have took advantage. We got corners coming off the street, man.
Right.
But I'm glad we got the win. That's all I can say. I'm still not impressed with Schwartz. I want him to be gone at the end of the year.
Well, yeah, no doubt. We'll come back around. McClown, let me hear what you got, man. We'll come back around and get into the specifics, some of y'all strong points and all that. But just briefly, tell me some of your likes and what you liked and didn't like, Mike.
I mean, I was happy that we won overall. You know, a win's a win. That's true. But when you beat one of the worst teams in the league by 3 points, you know, you only put up 25. Whatever we put up, it's just sad, man. So it's one. It's kind of like watching. It's like beating up on a Sister Mary of the poor. You're playing. There's nothing really to be ecstatic about.
Right.
But Doug running the ball was a good thing. Maybe we can protect Wentz since you know, he doesn't look as sharp now that the season's been going on. You know, Tom always tell he looked good coming out the gate, but some reason he's not utilizing the weapons. You could put it on the coaches, but he's been a little inaccurate. So maybe by leaning on the run, we were talking a little earlier off the record about how you got to protect that. I think similarly, we run the ball, no matter who's the running back, preferably Adams, and then maybe it'll protect Carson some more, and he can just throw for about 230 in a balanced attack, and we might be able to pull off some more wins.
Definitely.
I'm not too ecstatic. I'm not really high on the Birds right now. Still my team. Still want them to do well, but the prospects, I mean, they're looking pretty bleak at this point. Beat the Giants by 3.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. And you know, Adams, I think, has kind of been the catalyst right here, and that's a quarterback's best friend is a good running game. So hopefully that bodes well for us in the future. He's been looking good. Woody Wood, let me hear what you got, man. Let me hear something, man. Your overall analysis of the game.
Listen, I sense the trepidation amongst us Eagles fans. And it is completely warranted. Shit, we didn't even win 2 games in a row. Gee golly willikers. Okay? I understand the situation. I know how y'all feel. We got 2 problems. Okay? Our offense is not 100%. Some could say it's a tad bit broken. Especially I've been screaming, you know, we're not the same offense that we were when we had Frank Wright. And 2, our defense just isn't healthy. That might be oversimplifying the situation. But that's what comes to my mind when I think about the Eagles' current situation.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving up though. You know what I'm saying? You know how I am during our texts, during our threads, during the games. I never lose hope, because when there's a will, there is a way. You understand?
Ain't no question.
We won this game. I don't think about all that. Oh, this team does that. The third. I'm an Eagles fan. The Eagles are the champions. We are the champions, and champions always find the will to win. And this was a big game. It was a division game when we won.
No doubt.
Yeah, the Giants are not this, Giants are not that. I don't care, man. It was rough. We almost lost, but the Eagles found a way to galvanize and get to come together and pull that win out. And it was exciting to see. And I know that they know that this Washington game coming up on Monday night is crucial. And I know that they will rise to the challenge, and we will win our first 2 games in a row, and it's gonna be exciting.
Hey, listen, man. I appreciate your enthusiasm, man. You know what they say: where there's life, there's hope, man. So, we're not dead. So, and our path is clear. I think we all know the path to the playoffs, what it is. 2 games against Washington, divisional game. So, you know, we have a shot at making the playoffs. My only, what you said, trepidation comes from if we do make the playoffs, how much noise can we actually make in the playoffs? And I don't want to sound like the pessimist, but you know, I'm just trying to be more of a realist right now. But you know, luckily I have my Lombardi bib to cry on and things like that. So we'll see. We'll see, man. You know, we got a game Monday night, and hopefully we get the job done against the Skins, man. Anybody got something specific?
Speaking of getting the job done, we need the New Orleans Saints to get the job done. What are y'all doing? 10-1? Come on, show us. Whoop them like you whooped us.
Right. I think the girls actually have a shot. To be honest with you, at home, man.
Ron was making a good point earlier before while we're trying to get things up and running about matchups. I would, if he has an opportunity, it would be cool if he can expound on that.
Yeah, I think the girls actually match up well. I think they're built to, you know, kind of keep Breeze off the field if they hand them.
The Saints just kicked the field goal, 13-3.
Yeah. So. But somebody give me some specifics, man, about I don't know if y'all want to talk about the game against the G-Men, or the game against the Skins, anything, man.
Shout out to Jake Elliott. Jake Elliott made a crucial field goal. I've been hounding him all podcasts all season long. Like I've been coming at his neck. I feel like he's not the same kicker he was last season. But guess what? He made another big one against the New York Giants, and it was very, very, very important. Obviously, you know, we got the win, and it was an important divisional game win. So I just want to make sure credit is given to him for making that clutch field goal. And it wasn't a gimme either. It wasn't a short kick.
Oh, the Dallas.
He was doing the 180 from last year. Last year he could only make 50 or more and couldn't hit any. He got the 50.
How about that?
Now he can't make anything over 50.
Yeah, hey fellas, before
when's the last time he made a 50-yarder? I don't know. There hasn't been many of them this year, man.
Absolutely
but
not.
last year he was money from 50. I felt more comfortable if we got in a situation he had to kick a 55-yarder. I felt he'll nail that. But you getting a 42-yarder, this dude might wide right, Scott Norwood.
Right. Fellas, my fault, fellas. I really forgot that the game was on. I really forgot it until you guys just said it. I'm looking at it now, and Dallas is up. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're up 13-0, but the Saints just kicked the field goal, so the comeback is about to begin.
Yeah.
Final score is going to be 24-13.
Yeah.
24-13 Saints.
Yeah. What y'all see us doing against the Skins, or anything against the G-Men? How about the running game this week against the G-Men, man? Adams, man, you guys been talking about Adams, man. He's looking like the guy, man.
Gash, he can once he gets north-south, the guy's a horse.
Yeah.
He's in college. I mean, it's translating to the NFL. If you give him a crease, he can take it, you know. Lateral, he needs a little help, but he has a jump cut that's pretty effective. They were running some things against the scheme last week that I like. all hell to the offensive line getting in Doug's butt and telling him just trust us. And him doing the jump cut instead of trying to run east and west helps Adams. And then when he gets downhill, he's alone.
Yeah.
230. I mean, that's a big guy.
Yeah, you gotta like his body size, man. Gotta like having a back that size.
He's just not good at pass protection.
Right.
And I just think against better teams, like, they'll know if Adams is on the field, it's a run.
No,
I know I was putting that in our text messages because, every time he was in the game, they ran the ball. When you play in a quality opponent, they're going to shut that down, man.
They'll pick up on it. No, that's a good point because they don't every time he's in the game, he gets it's a run. They don't disguise that, but I think they'll have to. As the season's going along, he's emerging as the back. It's only been about 2-3 weeks, really. So I think they'll get better with that. But
give him some greens.
Yeah.
You got to slip it up. But at least like Clement, he looks healthy now.
He does.
So I think that gives us that 1-2 punch. He looked explosive against the Giants.
Speaking of healthy, you're saying Darren Sproles might be coming back.
Yeah.
I don't even want to see Sproles anymore.
They wasted the roster.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think we just blew a roster spot, just like you said. That spot could have went to somebody else, man. Basically, like, held us hostage all year on that spot. That's a crucial spot, man. To just have somebody sitting on not even suiting up.
Yeah, those hamstring injuries are funny, man.
Especially with an older guy.
Yeah.
Let him coach. They gave him a check, let him coach this year.
Right.
I think we could have had somebody in there, man. And I know we don't have anybody on the practice squad real good and stuff like that, but maybe you make another move. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if he was IR, maybe what's the name goes and tries to acquire a running back earlier.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you always had Sproles, like, maybe he'll come back. That I felt it just hurt the team this year. I felt Sproles probably should have just retired.
Yeah.
That was an emotional. Probably got emotional with that one. Or maybe it was Doug. Somebody loved him.
Right.
Yeah. It's a little emotional. That's how I felt, man.
Yeah.
I felt like I said, older guy. I know you like him and everything, but he just gave us nothing, man.
Yeah. How about giving the O-line some credit, some love this week, and how about my man JP, man? We didn't mention his name all week because he didn't give up. He didn't give up anything. JP's been playing lights out. I seen him make a couple plays. He was pulling and stuff like that, man. Shout out to the offensive line, man. Kelsey and those guys. Even though Kelsey had a couple penalties. Things like that, but
that one on the long Adams run was BS, man.
Yeah, that was a cheap call. Yeah,
that should have been a touchdown.
Definitely. Our offense at least showed up, and I like the fact that even though we were down 9 or 12-0, what was it, 9-0, 12-0. They didn't pack it in. They came back. So I like that part. Again, it's against the G-Men, how much weight that holds. But nonetheless, professional team, and it's a divisional game. So they needed to win it, obviously. And we got 2 more against the Skins, man. Hopefully we can pull them out. And hopefully we can get this division, man, with some help from the Saints tonight, hopefully. But hopefully we can make a run and see what happens. Our defense, though, I don't know.
Ouch.
I feel the D line's playing well, but linebackers are suspect. DB suspect. Besides Jenkins,
my thing.
That's not an issue. I know Bruce Hill made a couple good plays, though.
He tried, yeah.
Yeah. I felt he played good. I felt like Branham he hasn't really done anything to me this whole season. You know, like last year, he was kind of like a tone setter. You could look for him to make a couple big tackles, hard hits, you know, get the D kind of hype. But this year, I haven't seen that from him.
No, you're right.
Whatever that's worth. I mean,
out, right?
What's that? Yeah, Hicks is. I don't know how long he's out. You know, Hicks, I like Hicks. He makes plays, but he's just hurt too much. You know. After a while, you just gotta say, I need a guy that's gonna be on the field.
Definitely.
That's how I feel. I mean, I like the guy, but I mean, if you ain't playing, you only there half the time. You know, every other year you're hurt. I mean, it's probably time to move on. You definitely got to look at the linebackers in the draft.
Yeah.
Or you're looking at it bringing in a free agent or something. I mean, that and DBs, you really have to solidify both of those, you know, both of those groups, man. Like, we got to shore that up. I think everything else, I think you draft a left tackle to replace Peters. That might be it on the offense. I mean, bring in another wide out.
Yeah.
You know, you got to replace that speed Torrey had and Mike Wallace. You know what he was supposed to bring. You got to get a speed guy on the outside, but I mean, other than that, tight end, you solid. Rest of the line, I think he's pretty solid.
Right.
Maybe running back, but I mean, if Adams is what we think, I mean, do you think Adams is a feature back, or do you think he's just better than the guys we got on the team?
At this point, I think
he's the best of the group.
Yeah, at this point, I think he's the best of the group. Give him the ball the rest of the season to see what he does, but he does have a good body. That's undeniable. So, and he's got decent speed. So, you know, he's got decent speed. So we'll see.
Hopefully, but you need to play. You got to have him in the game.
Exactly. I think the rest of the season is his audition. I think to show whether he's a legitimate back in this league. So I think he should get 15 plus carries for the rest of the year. You know, easy per game. So.
And is what's the name a free agent after this year?
Who's that?
Ajayi. Is Ajayi still up?
I'm not sure about Ajayi's deal. That sounds about right, but I'm not sure. I can't answer that question. I'm not sure.
It might have been 2 years, but in football they'll cut your ass.
Because he was on his rookie deal, so he wasn't making a lot. You know, he wasn't making much.
Yeah.
But with his knee injuries anyway, he had bone on bone.
Yeah.
Regardless in one of his knees, so I wouldn't resign him regardless.
I doubt this. Yeah.
On. I think they're going to move on, you know. I mean, that would be the smart thing. You could always draft. If they would have just drafted somebody in like the third round, you could have got Nick Chubb, man. That boy's dominating in Cleveland, man.
Nick Chubb was good at college.
They had a bunch of players they could have drafted. I mean, you could just, any year, you could draft somebody in the second or third round, and they're going to produce for you.
Yeah,
running backs. Yeah.
I mean, they're just choosing not to. I mean, you can't always depend on getting these undrafted guys.
Right.
I mean, what's the chances of you really? I mean, and look, we hit on Clement. I think he's solid. Adams looks like it was a hit, but I don't think they're your starters, though. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to find an undrafted starting.
Legitimate starter, yeah.
Yeah, legit starter, man.
Definitely.
I just don't think that happens. Right. I mean, maybe once every 10 years.
Right.
A team in the NFL would get a legit guy, you know.
Right.
That one kid out in Denver.
What's that?
One guy out in Denver. Was Lloyd, he wore the same number as Terrell Davis. The one guy, he's a running back. He's doing pretty good. He was undrafted, but like you said.
Hey, Woody Wood, what do you see for going? What do you like matchup wise, what do you see against the Skins? What do you see us doing against the Skins? I know you got us down for a win.
I see us tearing them apart. We don't gotta waste some time on it. I see the Eagles tearing them apart. The fact that Alex Smith got hurt. I feel bad for the brother. He was doing very well. They were succeeding, and he was having a very good season. And I hate to see anybody get hurt, especially as bad as that was. So there's a lot of weird juju going on during that time. So you got Joe Theismann was in the stadium, and it was the exact day 33 years ago when Lawrence Taylor did the same thing to Joe Theismann. So it's very odd. Like the world works in a very mysterious way. The universe, comes and intertwines, intermingles, and it's a lot of I believe in all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was an example of that. It was a weird situation, and I'm sorry to see that he was on the bad side of that.
Right.
However, he's a millionaire. He's making a lot of money. I'm sure he'll be okay. He's not having any problems paying his cell phone bill.
Right.
So I'm not going to feel too much sympathy for him. And also, he's not wearing the right uniform. So the Philadelphia Eagles are going to tear him apart. This Colt McCoy dude thought he was going to come in. Thought he was going to do something. However, we saw his caliber. We saw how well he can play, and I think the Eagles are going to shake him to his core. So I see the Philadelphia Eagles being victorious. I mean, that's obvious, right? Coming from James Woodruff. But, again, considering the circumstances, the Eagles are the better team. We have yet to play these guys. So I don't care, the Redskins, the better team. No. They haven't played us yet. And we're going. Right. This is a very important game. This might as well be a playoff game, as far as I'm concerned. And you're going to see us rise to the occasion in the vet. You know what I hope? I hope it's a blackout game where the Eagles wear all black jerseys, black pants, black sneaks, and they just going to rip them. And then and if you look all around in the stands, I hope everybody's rocking black. That's what I hope.
No doubt. Anybody got anything? Anybody got anything tactical wise? What do you guys see? How you guys see us getting the win? If that's in fact what you see, the win. Any matchups you like? How will we get the win against the Skins?
The pressure on Colt. What's Colt? There's no way Colt McCoy should beat us. That's all I can say. Our D-line gets some pressure. They're banged up on the O-line. 2 starters out.
Right.
Cox really is slowed up, but I think Bennett gets there long, looked good last game.
Right.
I think Jernigan's back. I think we could get after them. I don't know about. I think they got a pretty good front 7, so I don't know how good, are we going to dominate in the run game and all that? I don't know. I just hope Doug sticks with it. Stick with it early, man, so then it pays off later on.
Yeah.
Just don't abandon it, man, because the Redskins aren't going to put up points on us. Like, they don't have any explosive players. You got AP out there, but AP's 33, right?
Yeah.
He had a good start to the season, but I don't think he's been doing anything these past couple games.
Yeah.
We should stack the box, make McCoy beat us, take AP out of the game.
Besides that, they got. Yeah, sounds like a good one. Besides that, they got Reed and what's Vernon Davis.
Yeah, Vernon Davis. Yeah. Jordan Reed, give him one good shot. That guy.
Right.
Like a piece of paper, man. Help me another one of them guys that's out all the time.
Definitely.
What you think, McCline?
Yeah, I agree. This guy's softer than cotton candy at the fair.
Right.
But I just think the Eagles, we should beat them. We should. If we don't, then I'm going to really put a fork in my team.
Yeah.
The Birds going to dub. And if they don't win this one, especially if New Orleans wins it, because honestly, to Wood's point, if the Saints win, and we beat the Redskins, then we're in first place.
We're
tied for it.
Right.
So It's kind of like every game's a playoff game for us, other than I guess the Saints. I mean, not the Saints, the Rams.
The Rams, yeah,
The must win. We're at home on Monday night, man.
yeah. I think they have to pull it out, and I think they will. Yeah, I think they will. If Alex Smith is still there, I'm not sure, but obviously we don't have to worry about that. So I think we get the job done, and I think Wood said it earlier. This will be our first back-to-back games, and I think it'll give us some confidence going into the game after that. So I think that's important. So sounds like
do you know what the game after that is?
Oh, come on.
After
Cowboys, right? It's the Cowboys. That's the Dallas.
Yeah, it's 3 straight divisional games.
Yeah.
Oh man, big time.
so
Start doing some push-ups, Wood.
push-ups. It's the girls over here.
I can't do it because my videos later on that.
No.
Next show, you owe us.
We don't have to sit. Yeah.
Regardless, we're gonna be in Dallas playing the girls. 425 Sunday, December 9th, and we're gonna be on a 2-game winning streak, ready to take them out.
Hey, and for our listeners,
Dallas, we heading towards LA, and we're gonna beat LA.
and for our listeners, we don't call the team in Dallas by their name. We call them the girls. But it sounds like we're in consensus here, so we're all picking the Skins, and that should lead us into what?
Picking the Skins.
Us to beat the Skins. Excuse me. Us to beat the Skins. So hey Wood, lead us into what we got going on. What we do?
Broad Street or Pick 6. Yeah.
JD.
Hold on, let me recap. I recap first.
Oh, go.
Y'all jumped in a little too early for me.
Alright, so here we go.
That's my bad.
Our Pick 6, the Broad Street 4 for 4 Sports Talk. It's Pick 6, Week 12. We had our very first person that got all 6 correct, and that's Chris Colazzo.
I think he changed his pick.
Can we give Chris a round of applause? I mean, that's first. I give you props on that.
No doubt.
Now, but hey, 6-0 is very impressive. But however, let's give props to another person, because this individual went 5-1, which is pretty good in and of itself, and that's Michael McCline. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. 5-1 is impressive. I've been happy to get 4-2.
Another guy changed his pick.
And this week I went 3-3.
Yeah, wrong.
Jerome Dooley went 4-2, and I went 3-3. So again, Chris Colazzo first place with 6-0, Mike McCline 5-1, Jerome third at 4-2, and I finished off at 3-3. I'm still 1 game above 500, ladies and gentlemen, at 36, 35-1. Yeah. Anyway, so Chris is obviously in first place, 47, 24-1. That's pretty good. Jerome is holding on to that second spot because Mike McCline is on his heels. Jerome 42, 29-1. Mike McCline 41, 30-1. So it's tight. That second place is looking real tight. So Chris, right now you're running away with it, man. How's it feel?
Feels good, man. Just for the record, but just for the record, I knew what game was gonna get everybody last week, and that's because.
Hold on, New Orleans just going up.
Yeah.
Isn't that what I said?
Ladies and
gentlemen, I have superpowers. James Woodruff has superpowers.
Yeah.
I predicted the Giants and Eagles game. I said 25-22 after a certain part, but I didn't pick it in the beginning. But I got superpowers.
Well, we all want New Orleans to win, so yeah.
Hey, good. What was you saying, though?
Oh no, I was just my man Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll, man. That's all I was saying. No, it wasn't no big deal. It was just that was a tough game. Carolina was the smart money at home, but
You could now glue the field goal.
Hey. Russell flat out wins. That's but that's our pick 6, man. So let's get into this week's what we got going on.
Alright, we got the game that's going on now, and we all picked New Orleans. Do I need to go through that? We got New Orleans 10-1 at Dallas 6-5. We all picked the Saints.
Yeah, we all picked New Orleans Thursday night game.
Yeah.
This show is being recorded Thursday night during the
game. What were we in the third quarter of that game?
8 seconds left in the third. 13-10 Dallas. Well, a minute and 8 seconds.
Next game is Denver 5-6 at Cincy 5-6.
Why?
It's gonna be a weird one.
Mr. 6-0.
Nobody's going on a ledge on this week, by the way. It's like carbon copies.
What?
Straight down the line. I'm the only one.
What the hell?
This fucked me wrong.
What the hell are we? Why the hell we had this game in there?
Well, we have this game because all the games this week are whack.
Right.
These are the best relevant games, man.
Who the hell is Denver and Cincinnati? Who's?
Everybody picked Denver. Let's move on.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
next.
Denver across the board.
Well, the next game we picked different picks. So we got Baltimore 6-5 at Atlanta 4-7.
Yeah, we split this down.
I forgot what picks I picked, but I'll go Atlanta right here. Did I go Atlanta? Did I send in Atlanta?
Chris picked Falcons.
I'm gonna go Falcons here.
I'm going ball.
Is that Baltimore? It might be Baltimore.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson.
Who's Lamar Jackson?
Come on, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Louis. Come on. What?
Yo, I'm one of them. I told you, man. If I had a hat with the flapping wings on the top, I'd be rocking it right now. If it ain't the Eagles, it ain't my people. So I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But I did pick the Falcons for Baltimore and Atlanta.
Oh, so Kirkwood got that touchdown for the Saints. You know he's a Temple guy.
And you can look at my record and see how much football I watch.
To Wood's credit, Wood was abandoning the NFL other than his beloved Eagles. He mentioned that early in the year. I get you.
Well, you said you wasn't watching it.
Yeah. So.
All right, well, who you got? What? Baltimore or Atlanta?
I picked the Falcons.
Okay. All right, next one, Minnesota. I think we all picked this, but I'll just ask it. Minnesota 6-4-1 at New England 8-3.
See, yeah, everybody wanted to pick the Patriots. I'm the only one that I'm changing. I went with the Vikings.
Okay. So, Chris.
No,
just
yeah.
on record. Who you got?
New England.
New England for me. Mike?
I got the cheetah Tom Brady.
All right. And Wood, you sure you're going with Minnesota?
I'm going to be different. I'm going out on a limb. The Minnesota Purple People Eating Vikings.
Wood, just don't start. It's like you're starting to win to lose, though. Wood, are you picking with any kind of?
I don't like the Patriots, so therefore I will never pick them. And then one time I did pick them, they lost. So that's basically God telling me, don't pick the teams you don't like. I don't like. I like the Patriots.
All right, I got you. What's the next game, JD?
This is a good one, because I can go either way on this. This is San Diego 8-3 and Pittsburgh 7-3-1. Hey, you know what? I like Ben as a quarterback, but as a person, this dude is just a piece of garbage, man.
Oh, man.
He's throwing Antonio Brown under the bus now. And then the other teammates talk about Brown ran the wrong route and all this stuff. That's
you don't do that.
Play, man.
That's not the way you are. That's not the way you should be.
Piece of garbage, man.
Listen, this guy's got multiple sexual assault charges and things like that. They get swept under the rug.
He's constantly talking about his teammates and stuff. He never takes responsibility for any of his screw ups.
Right.
You know my name, Ben Roethlisberger, in the bathroom.
Right.
You know my name.
Yeah, you know that's what he said too. Like, and he's a grown man. Who the hell at like 26 goes back to college messing around with girls? You know. When you're a multi-millionaire, you can just step in any bar.
Right, professional.
What are you doing on a college campus, man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Lack of integrity.
Yeah, he is, man.
Scumbag. I don't know who I picked for this game. Who the hell did I pick? Huh?
Pick the Steelers.
Are they home?
I picked the Steelers except me. I picked the San Diego Chargers. I picked the Los Angeles Chargers.
You know, I put them down in San Diego, didn't I?
Yeah,
Didn't I say San Diego? I keep saying San Diego.
Yeah, I'm picking the Los Angeles Chargers.
Alright. Yeah, I had Pittsburgh.
I go. They're home. Pittsburgh's home, though, right? Yeah, I go.
That's the only reason I went with them.
Yeah, I go Pittsburgh home.
I just figured the Chargers in the cold, because it's going to be cold out there.
Right.
That's the only reason. And then the last game, we're all in agreement on that also. Washington, 6-5.
You know that, but you know what?
5-6.
Right.
You said you picked somebody other than the Birds?
No, I said you know who I pick. I'm not Jerome Dooley. I don't pick against my Birds.
We all got to.
No, I'll pick against them quick, man.
This is the thing.
Like how they've been playing.
Right.
I'm definitely picking against them. Listen, this should be an easy win, but you never know.
Right.
I figured Colt McCoy will pull out one win. Just hopefully it's not against us.
Yeah.
Because I think he's all right if he has to fill in for like 2 or 3 games. As if you got to go multiple, you know.
Right. That's
7, 8 games. That's when you're in trouble if McCoy's your backup.
That's the same thing with Fitzpatrick, though. But they keep trying to say Fitzmagic. You know what I mean? This guy's
He had 2 good games, 2 or 3 good games, and that's it.
Right.
And then it's back to what he is.
Exactly.
A turnover magnet.
Exactly. A
Decision maker. They
Right.
just like him. I'm not going to get into why they like him, but
Right.
we know.
So that's A Wood. That's this week's what?
Broad Street 4 for 4. Pick 6.
Hey, I got a top 5 for y'all. I'm just throwing it out real quick.
What's going on?
Who's your top 5 Eagles defensive players of all time?
This is tough for me because this is tough for me, man. Because I mean, Reggie's going to kind of be up there. Reggie, listen, may he rest in soul, rest in peace and things like that, man. I don't know. I'm older. They didn't pay Reggie. Is that why he left? They just didn't pay him.
They didn't even offer him a contract, man.
Yeah, that's when like free agency started becoming a thing.
It was that year.
It was that year, so you can't really, I guess, be mad at him and blame him for that. But
that was that Norman Brayman. He was the owner, man. He was
right.
He was a scumbag also.
Right. But
who doesn't beat Reggie? Because at that time he was averaging over a sack a game.
yeah. I mean. He almost though doesn't acknowledge Philly as well. I think he chose to retire Green Bay Packer. I don't know
because he was dead when he, with the Hall of Fame thing. So we don't know if he would have went in as an Eagle or what.
I thought he made some claim towards Green Bay as something like that. Maybe. Maybe I'm mistaken. Top 5 Eagle defensive players.
You might be right. No order. We don't have to go order. I think we all going to have probably 2 or 3. That's the same.
I'm just off the Off the top, I'm Reggie, Brian Dawkins, Brown.
That's the three I thought, and then this is where.
Listen, I like the hard hits, man. I'm going Atwater, man. I'm going Atwater is one of my favorites, man. I just like the hard hits, man. Probably Seth Joyner after that.
Do you mean Dirty Waters?
Yeah. What the hell did I say?
Bad Water.
Oh yeah.
Dirty.
Yeah, y'all know what I meant. Dirty Waters or something. No, he's probably more of an honorable mention, but yeah, those are mine.
Who's the honorable mention? Dirty Waters?
Yeah. He might be 5. He might be my 5. So yeah.
All right, Mike, who you got?
I got Dirty Waters in my top 5. I used to love them growing up.
Right.
I used to like Dirty Waters. I like Byron Evans.
Oh yeah, but see Byron.
Byron, he was a nasty son of a gun. But that was, my top 5. So I'll go Reggie White, and I'll go with my man Hugh Douglas. That's 4.
Yeah, that's good. And that was
4. And my personal favorite was Eric Allen.
Oh.
No, I think he is, man.
He liked being a D-bag out there when I was in the gridiron.
Mike stole my thunder. That's gonna be my guy.
Saints.
That changes my whole top 5 because I forgot all about EA.
All right, Wood, who you got?
All right, so I got 4. I'm struggling on my last. I like these. I like this spur of the moment top 5. That's for sure. This is cool. Makes you think on the fly.
Right.
I got Reggie White is my number 1. I can't deny the fact that he's the greatest of all time. So I'm just happy that he was an Eagle. Then I had Eric Allen, a close second, and Brian Dawkins. And I like DeSanti Samuel. I always loved DeSanti Samuel. He was like a poor man's Deion Sanders in a way. Like he always went for the interception, and a lot of times he gambled and it paid off. And I truly missed him when he left because I always felt like he held down that spot. And I felt like he always came up with a big interception when we needed it the most.
Wood, not to cut you, but he always did, man. It was like those last drives when we couldn't close out those games, and the offense would have the ball. He would he would get that pick, and he do the stance on you. You know what I mean? So Asante, yeah.
As far as I can go dip into Buddy Ryan's defense. I'm just trying to think. I could throw in Seth Joyner. I think he meant a lot to that team. But I'm gonna go Jerome Brown, man. Jerome Brown is gonna be my number 5. Mad love for that dude. I was devastated when he died.
No doubt.
Anyway, Jerome Brown's rounding out my top 5.
No doubt.
All right, I'm gonna go Reggie, B-Dog. I'm gonna go probably Eric Allen. I'm gonna go Concrete Charlie, Chuck Bednarik.
Ooh.
Gotta be in there.
Classic Frank Gifford hit, man.
Knocked him out.
Everybody's seen that picture.
Was it a season or was it 2 seasons? He knocked him out.
What do you mean?
Remember he knocked Gifford was gone for a whole year or 2. I can't remember if it was 1 season or 2 seasons. He couldn't even play.
Couldn't play. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was 1 or 2.
It was at least 1 season.
Yeah, Bednarik.
It might have just been 1 season, but I know he was gone for a whole season though.
Right.
So what was that? What I had?
4.
4?
Yeah.
It's tough. I would go Brown, but I don't think he played enough games. I would probably go Seth Joyner. But then another guy, I just loved how he played it. He probably isn't that great of an Eagle, but
Clyde.
William Thomas, man. I always loved Willie T, man.
Right.
William Thomas, man. He was always getting those picks.
Yeah.
Number 51,
Yeah.
And then Clyde Simmons in there,
Yeah. Who's... Yeah. No. Yep. Oh man, it would have been nice for them Eagles to get a chip, man.
I know, because then everybody would recognize them, man.
Yeah.
Because they're probably a top 5 defense of all time, you know, since the merger, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
You probably put like the
85 Bears.
Was the 85 Bears.
Right, 85
but then
Bears.
You know, like the 86 Giants.
86 Giants. They'll put the 2000 Ravens in there.
Yeah, the Ravens team. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Then I would say the Eagles.
Yeah.
I was in that Eagles team.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And McCaffrey was killers back in the day. Mark Bavaro.
Yeah.
And we never
when Bavaro came to the Eagles.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. You know, everything changes when you put on that Kelly Green, man. We can hate you on Monday, and Tuesday you sign, and we love you. So, no, that's good stuff. That was a good on the fly top 5, man.
That's a good one. So, look, what about let's jump into some Sixers talk? They've been rolling lately.
They've been rolling, man.
What do you think about that?
They end up in cheer.
Yeah. 76ers, man. I last time I checked with the number, we had a third best record in the Eastern Conference. Behind
Second most wins in the NBA.
who?
We got the second most wins. We played a lot more games than a lot of teams.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Most wins, not overall record.
Right.
Yeah.
More games than a lot of other teams already.
Yeah.
So, what do y'all think these guys' chances realistically? What do you think?
2018, 2019 NBA champions. That's what I'm seeing.
Do you think it's a letdown if they don't make the Eastern Conference Finals?
Oh, definitely. If we don't make
It's
the,
gonna be let down if
it's
they don't win the championship.
No, let's be serious.
no.
Being serious, I think they got a chance. They can make it to the finals.
No, it's no, but
I got another question. If they don't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, would you fire Brett Brown?
Yes.
It's all on him.
Yes, I'm not a Brett Brown fan.
You think not as currently constructed?
Yeah, if they make him coach this team, you're not going to win. We don't have a power forward, and we don't have a starting point guard, or like we got a point guard. This is my issue with the Sixers, the way they constructed. Ben Simmons, to me, doesn't keep his dribble long enough to be a true point guard.
to be a true point.
He's learning still.
Right.
He's learning how to. He never played point guard his whole career. Even in college, he didn't bring the ball down against a full court pressure.
Yeah.
Back it. He doesn't make point guard plays.
No,
Right.
he's just playing a role like remember in the 90s they kept wanting to make small forwards like point forwards.
Yeah.
So you had like Scottie Pippen. Remember they had Jamal Mashburn like that.
Right.
You just a big man just bringing it up.
But you're not a true
Just
point
starting
guard.
the offense. Yeah, he's not. He's just a playmaker.
Right.
Remember, like when LeBron's first year, they had him listed as point guard, but he wasn't a point guard. He's just a playmaker.
Right.
Doesn't control tempo. Doesn't press the ball the other way. Point guard stop the other point guard there.
Right.
Control tempo. Then passes and turns his back at the foul line and picks up his dribble. He doesn't, but if you want to keep him there, this is what my point was. I got away from it. My point is, if you keep him at the point, you got to get 4 shooters out there. You need 4 shooters.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to look bad.
Yeah.
So that's why I say the way they're constructed, no coach is going to win. No coach is going to win the Eastern Conference Final with the way it's constructed. Now they get a couple more shooters, get a jump shooting power forward that can play D, and maybe a point guard that can play off the ball, kind of like a George Hill. Be all right.
Yeah, they just need somebody solid.
Point.
Yeah, I feel the same way because I personally think Ben should be the guy at power forward, man.
Alright.
That's just my personal feel. Yeah, I know, but what we got, I don't think they're gonna pick up a power forward. I think you better off picking up a true point guard.
Yeah, I agree.
That rather than a power forward, I think you can make it work between like putting Muscala down there with the other boy we got Chandler. And then yeah, I and you just make it work like that. But if you have somebody else, because you got McConnell, but he's not a starter. Like, you can't have McConnell out there playing big minutes because he's going to get exposed. But when he comes in, I agree that he should be that point guard off the bench, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I always agreed. I don't like Ben as a point guard. I just don't see him as a true point guard. And I don't like when they try to make these guys into Magic Johnson, man.
Right.
I don't get it.
Magic didn't pick up his dribble.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magic was a point guard.
Magic was a point, right.
He was the definition of a point guard.
Right.
Like, he ran the offense.
Yo, Magic highlights be crazy. When you watch his early years, man, them Jones be crazy, man. He be making some, not just them fancy passes. He had real vision, man. He was making some great passes.
I was never a Magic fan because I used to like the Sixers so much, but I knew he was good. Because I used to really be into the Sixers with Mo Cheeks in them, and it was that was our rival, and it was like one of our rivals. But when I got older, I definitely appreciated like how good he was.
See, I'm a Sixers guy, but I was more of a Magic fan than Mike fan growing up. I appreciated Mike later on, you know what I mean? I was more of a Magic guy than Michael Jordan, you know what I mean? I appreciated Mike later on.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of the opposite with that.
Yeah, my favorite point guard when I was younger, just to be on point guards, was Isaiah. Like, I liked Isaiah more than Magic. But Barkley was my man. I like Barkley more than Jordan. Like, Barkley,
no doubt.
back then.
No doubt.
Like, I was never on, like, I liked Jordan, but then everybody liked Jordan, so it was kind of the thing not to like Jordan.
My favorite,
First league was right. Michael Jordan.
Right,
I'm the greatest of all time.
My favorite. No, my favorite point guard like outside was like Kevin Johnson, but you know what I'm saying. But
who's my favorite point guard? I like John Stockton. Always liked him. Just played the game the right way.
Yeah.
John
Stockton was dirty, man. He wasn't dirty. He was dirty.
Like, fundamentally, like I mean,
you know who John Stockton?
Play with to play at an elite level, you gotta know the tricks.
You know who's John Stockton? Chris Paul. He's the same player. Not athletic, always doing something dirty to somebody. Great passer and stuff. Yeah, that is Chris Paul. Chris Paul is the black version of John Stockton.
Exactly. Pick and roll all day. Pick and roll. My point guard growing up was Rod.
Rod Strickland.
Rod Strickland. Made him jump like Rod Strickland.
Rod drink a beer before the game.
Undivided, then slide in. Made him jump like Rod Strickland.
What was the nation, George? Used to be a Knicks fan. They had Strickland.
Knicks fan. They had Strickland. They traded him.
Ever since son, I hated him.
Right.
Yeah, that was I know exactly. That was Bloody Money remix. With,
that was a joke, right?
That was off the Ride soundtrack.
Right.
The Ride soundtrack. That song was recorded for the Ride soundtrack. It was like the movie didn't do well. It came out late 90s.
Yeah, I don't remember that movie. I know the song.
I liked all the Bloody Money. Money. I listen to them Joes at least once a week.
Yeah.
Listen to one friend.
I got some old Besta Dory Jones. When he first came out, it was like the hottest ball out for him.
That was a crazy summer, y'all.
Ain't no question.
Oh, yeah.
That summer was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nori was getting it in, man.
No doubt. Just to update y'all on that Cowgirls and Saints. Cowgirls are still up 13-10. 7 minutes left in the fourth.
Oh, there you go.
Like Sack House.
Like Sack House, yeah. Sack House.
Hey, I'm pouring with my ammo.
Chris Tucker on Friday.
Sucker.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
If we get to a certain point, we might have to pay him or something. Let's stop.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, Nori was the man. Shout out to Capone and Noriega, man. Nori, Drink Champs, he doing his thing over there.
The War Report. I played the War Report non-stop from beginning to end. That was a classic record.
Ain't no question.
Like 97, 98.
I still play that joint, you know what I mean?
What year was the War Report?
I think 97, 98, around that time.
I thought it was 96, 97. It's around there though.
Well, we can find out. You might be right.
No, I mean, same time frame.
June 17th, 1997.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
96 was Mobb Deep's second album, or their third album technically, Hell on Earth.
Yeah,
I count Juvenile Hell as their first album. That was terrible.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Always count Infamous as their first album.
That was 10th grade summer. I played ball every day that summer.
Yeah, 10th grade summer. That was definitely the highlight of that album. But you know, you got to.
That was the McCluskey summer.
That was the McCluskey summer.
Playing when we first played in the league. Was that the first year we played in the league?
It might have been.
So, yeah. Yeah, because that's when I was going to summer school at Wadsworth. That 10th grade going. Yeah.
And then go play
that summer school in Wadsworth, that we would go up there and play ball.
Yeah, take part in the medical. Yeah, it was fun. Fun days. Oh man, Wadsworth had all the girls. McLean, y'all had all the chicks, man. That 18. Hop on that 18.
Yeah, we would walk up there. I would come down to Chris' house and then we just walk up Wadsworth from this joint.
Yeah. From Vernon Road.
Yeah. Alright, fellas, man. No doubt. Y'all ready to wrap this thing up, man?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Alright, man, that's the show, man. Broad Street 4 for 4. We're going to wrap this thing up. We got a good big week coming up for the Birds, man. Hopefully we do our thing on Monday night. Now, hopefully we will do our thing against the Skins, man. And we're going to wrap it up, man. Remember to follow us, iTunes, Podbeam, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Join in, listen to us. And we appreciate all the listeners, man. And we're going to sign off. My name Chris Colazzo. On behalf of my man Mike, JD, Woody Wood, we signing off. Remember, don't raise your voice. Improve your argument.
You know what? You forgot to talk about the fight, or you ain't watching that joint.
What keep?
The Wilder fight.
Oh, the what? Yeah,
Or you just ain't I know you said you don't really like the heavyweight division.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it though, but that slipped my mind. Yeah, I'm not.
Right, well, we'll talk about the recap then.
Okay, solid.
Next week.
Solid. All right, y'all. We signing off. We out of here, man. Y'all signing off. Peace.
Yo, drop that beat.
That's a wrap, fellas. That was good stuff.
Yeah, that was fun. It's always fun with all four.
Hey, no doubt, man. Every time we do a show, man, like sometimes before the show, I be like, oh boy, but afterwards, man, I always feel good, man.
Yeah, I concur.
Yeah, so always feel good afterwards, man. So I'm gonna try to have this show on. Did you record wrong?
Yeah.
Wow. No,
Are you good?
I think I got it.
Just in case you had some technical difficulties or something.
No, that's how you do it. That's perfect, man. So, the last couple shows, man, I ain't even listening to them, man. I go to John and Slack. ahead, man.